Wow, Literbike testing at the Willow Springs International Raceway. We got revised CBR1000, we got a revised ZX-10, and we got the all-new BMW S1000RR. And that thing is just about 170 horsepower at the wheel. Okay, let's go have fun. Alright, we got another Literbike Shootout. King of the Mountain, maybe? Here's last year's winner. 2 years in a row, Honda's CBR1000RR, slightly tweaked for 2010, and it's still an awesome motorcycle. Maybe the easiest leader bike to ride fast. And back there is a ZX-10 Kawasaki, tweaked for 2010 as well. It's still got a monster motor. No one will ever call that bike underpowered. Over here, inline 4, new contender from Germany. BMW's S1000RR. We put it on the dyno and we saw about 170 horsepower spit out the back tire. That thing is a monster, and it showed it its power at Willow Springs, where we took these bikes for some track testing. And in the foreground there, the lovely Aprilia RSV4 that we were surprised that it dethroned the Ducati 1198S and KTM RC8R when we did a little V leader bike shootout. Could be the best sounding street bike in the world. So this year really switched things up. Instead of the typical inline 4 thing that we're measuring fractions of millimeters, we got new players in here. It's been a fun test to see how they all shake out.
Well,
so here it is. It's as impressive as you may have already heard. What's interesting about the BMW, they set out making this motorcycle without deviating much at all from the Big 4 inline 4 formula. They weren't really interested in reinventing the inline 4 wheel. However, BMW still managed to raise the whole game. 20 more horsepower than a couple of the other bikes here. Braking is outstanding. One finger, it sounds cliche, one finger braking. It's amazing. Feels like, physically, like a super sport. You can get on it and you could be deceived to think it was a 600. They've just done an outstanding job. A really, really good first effort.
which one of these motorcycles is the best? Is it the Aprilia? Is it the Honda? Is it the BMW? The Kawasaki? Depending, it could be, yes. It's that close. I was very impressed with the BMW, just like everybody else in the whole world is. The Honda is very user-friendly. It's a nice street bike, nice track bike. It's you know, I don't want to say it's leader bike riding for dummies, because any one of these bikes deserves a lot of respect, but it's very user-friendly for anybody.
Yeah, I am going to buy a BMW because it's so unique, but with Desmo at the house, with the RSV4 at the house, but this is my new addition. Maybe for track bike or something like that, because like he said, for dummies, here's the dummy. I'm going to ride this thing.
After a day on the track, a day riding around the streets, and then some, one thing keeps coming back to me is it's just, it's still stunning how well the CBR1000RR holds up after being virtually unchanged for 3 years in the face of such a dominating motorcycle and engine in the BMW. Yeah, it makes quite a bit more horsepower, but boy, the mid-range on the CBR, the overall chassis feel, the brakes are also excellent on that. If you opt for the CBR with the ABS, you're only doing that much better. That's a great system. We've already covered that in a previous story. So user-friendly, such a great motor, classic Honda refinement, It's an excellent motorcycle, and it's creating a problem even for the new guy.
I'm about 6 feet tall. My legs are 34 inches. I'm a little bit taller than these guys. And this felt a lot like my old R1 in the way it rides and fits. And I actually like the length of this seat. And I just can get back further.
And so the Kawasaki ZX-10, it's still an animal. This is what defines its personality. Big power, fun to ride, and as Jeff mentioned, it probably fits bigger people the best, which might be important to you. The Aprilia RSV4, I keep getting James Brown in my head. I'm thinking sex machine. This thing is the sex machine. You listen to it, just beautiful. And looking at it, you can stare at it in your garage all afternoon long, and it really works very well as well. As Pete mentioned, you ride the Honda CBR1000RR and it just feels right. You can get on it immediately and go fast, and that's not a quality that's easy to engineer into a bike. And so having this as the Literbike winner of the last couple years, it sure showed itself well in this group. If there is a technological king of this group, this is it. BMW put a lot of R&D into making this work with traction control and ABS, and it works seamlessly, and you can turn it all off if you don't want any of that. Having the most power also never hurts.